5 in 10 for Tuesday, July 18th on Skywatch TV. I'm Derek Gilbert. Topic number 5 today, robot suicide. The Nightscope K5 robot, security robot, supposed to be patrolling the Georgetown waterfront. That's a ritzy shopping mall in Washington, D.C., along Washington Harbor. Looks sort of like a mutant cross between R2-D2 and a Dalek from Doctor Who. It's designed to rove around and monitor for suspicious activity and then notify authorities. It can turn, it can whistle, it can beep. But apparently the stress of protecting a mall in our nation's capital was more than K5 could bear, and yesterday it plunged itself face first into a fountain, thereby decommissioning itself. The question is, how do we know it wasn't pushed? Perhaps by another robot? Maybe Jeff, the evil Roomba? Oh, okay. Topic number 4, more serious topic. Senate Republicans back to the drawing board. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell calling for a vote to repeal Obamacare altogether with a 2-year delay. He issued a statement saying, regretfully, it's now apparent that the effort to repeal and replace Obamacare will not be successful. Immediately replace it, that is. The 2-year delay is to allow enough time for a smooth transition to something else. The lack of support from within his own party really didn't give him many options, and the absence of Senator John McCain, who we told you yesterday underwent brain surgery on Friday, left him without the votes to get the repeal and replace or tweak option passed the Senate. Conservatives are not really upset by this. Senator Rand Paul tweeting out, "Clean repeal now," which is what a lot of us Republican voters voted for in the last election, because that's what a lot of Republicans ran on. So we shall see. By the way, an update on Senator McCain. He will reportedly be resting for about a week or so. Seems a little optimistic. As we mentioned yesterday, a craniotomy is brain surgery. The way the news media reported it at first, removal of a blood clot from above the eye, almost makes you sound like it was taken from his eyebrow. But no, it was above the eyeball, which meant a keyhole opening in through the skull to remove the 2-inch long blood clot. Again, reportedly will be back within about a week or so. Topic number 3, strange signals from outer space. The radio telescope at Arecibo, Puerto Rico in May detected strange radio signals from a nearby dwarf star called Ross 128. That's one of the nearest stars to planet Earth, only about 10.89 light years away. Astrobiologist Abel Mendez at Arecibo said on Friday that the 10-minute signal was very peculiar, but he said it may be terrestrial in origin. In other words, maybe a satellite drifted into the path of the radio telescope, or the signal might be coming from something else between the radio telescope and Ross 128. Again, there's a lot of stuff between here and there, 11 light years. Mendez is not saying it's an alien intelligence broadcasting the signal. He did say the recurrent alien hypothesis is at the bottom of many other better explanations. So don't get too excited. Topic number 2, this is something to get excited about, the hole in the sun, specifically a 75,000 mile wide hole, big enough to be seen from Earth, big enough to have its own name, AR 2665, and potentially big enough to create an M-class solar flare. That could knock out communications, create radiation storms, and cause electronic chaos, basically. A sunspot of this magnitude could produce a coronal mass ejection similar to the one in 1859 known as the Carrington event. That knocked out global communications, which at the time was basically telegraph. But telegraph operators were basically, some of them, shocked out of their chairs by the surge of electricity from this solar flare. It is estimated by Lloyd's of London that a similar event today could cost the United States $40 billion a day. In other words, trillions of dollars of losses worldwide if something like this were to hit the Earth. Astronomers are keeping an eye on it. And topic number 1 today, more on the Nazca mummies. Now, yesterday we talked about this, and I mentioned L.A. Marzulli in the comments, and I just want to clarify and be very clear about this, that nothing I said should be construed in any way as criticism of L.A. I'm proud to call him my friend, and I've said before and will say again that I really respect the fact that he and Richard Shaw have put themselves out there risking their own money and their reputations by chasing physical evidence of the existence of giants or demonic human hybrids walking the planet. So, again, if in any way I came across as criticizing L.A. Marzulli in what I said yesterday, then I apologize for not being more clear. Now, I do think it is fair to point out that Jaime Maussan, who you just saw in the video behind me, Mexican broadcaster who with Gaia.com is promoting the Nazca mummies, has been at the center of several spectacular disclosures over the last 10 years that have proven to be fakes. For example, in 2015, well, not to mention the Demon Fairy, of course, that he provided to LA for testing. In 2015, the Roswell slides, which was purportedly a Kodachrome slide of the Roswell ET, the alien recovered from the Roswell crash. This was revealed in a live webcast in 2015. Subscribers had to pay $20 a pop to watch the reveal to see this image. Researchers took this image, the uncompressed version of the image, and did some digging with some enhancement techniques and found that this was actually a 2-year-old human child, mummified 2-year-old human child. They were able to read the inscription on the card here that was displayed in a museum's display case. That's a gorilla head in the case behind it, by the way. Then there's the 2007 Metepec creature, an anomalous creature that was caught in a trap in Mexico, sold to Jaime Maussan, which he then presented to the world as a never-before-seen creature, but which later turned out to be, and this is according to the guys who claim they sold it to Maussan, a skinned squirrel monkey. So this new broadcast, thanks to Gaia.com, has raised the alarms on archaeologists and people in Peru who are concerned about the condition of their heritage, the archaeological sites in Peru. Because right now, there is a big market for mysterious artifacts coming from that part of the world, to the point that they're concerned about ambitious people coming there trying to make a quick buck by finding things that they can sell on the black market or looking for the smoking gun, something that proves that there is other life on Earth, or has been at least in some time in the past, than what we have been told thus far. The problem is some of these treasure hunters aren't using sound archaeological techniques, which can lead to damage or destruction of these sensitive sites. There are some problems with the mummy that's been presented so far as well. The x-rays that have been published on the web make it appear as though they've taken a human mummy with a deformed skull, an elongated skull, which, by the way, can be done by head wrapping when the child is still very young. Doesn't require modified DNA to create that head shape. And it's not uncommon in Peru, as we've seen from some of the skulls on display at Paracas. Taken an actual human, a set of human remains, removed 2 of the digits on the hands and feet, and then added extra bones to make the claws extra long. That's how the x-rays appear at this point. Now, if careful examination shows that I'm wrong about this, then I will admit it. And I will tell you as fast as I can get in front of a camera. But until that time, I think it's fair to consider the track record of Jaime Maussan, and I'm not claiming that he is deliberately misleading anybody or telling things that he knows to be untrue, but I think it's fair to look at his track record and just suggest that perhaps his discernment isn't as sharp as it should be based on the claims he's made in the past that have turned out to be untrue. Please take us with you wherever you go, because we can get these updates to you in a moment's notice that way. Daily news updates, our regular weekly interview program, and our web exclusives like Into the Multiverse and Sci Friday through the Skywatch TV mobile app. It's a free download for your iOS device, your iPhone, iPad, iPod Touch, Android phone or tablet, Kindle Fire tablets, and the Windows phone. Again, the free download and links to the app stores all posted at skywatchtv.com. Sharon and I will be speaking at the Sign in the Heavenlies conference. This coincides with the total eclipse of the sun coming in August. The conference itself, August 18th through the 20th at the Riverside Hotel in Boise. If you have not yet registered, you can save $20 off registration or save 20% off the live video stream, which is just $39 normally. But if you use the promo code Gilbert20, that's Gilbert20, save $20 or 20%. You'll find more information and registration at hearthewatchmen.com. You'll find all of my stuff posted online at derekpgilbert.com. That's my website. And thank you for watching as we keep watch. I'm Derek Gilbert, and this is Skywatch TV.
In 2006, 1 month from the day Mark Taylor retired from his post as a career firefighter, he was suddenly overcome by a Holy Spirit-guided, supernatural vision of the future. This revelation, as the world would soon discover, was a message to the most powerful nation on earth.
The Spirit of God says, I have chosen this man, Donald Trump, for such a time as this.
It's time to embrace our glorious American destiny. Anything we can dream for our country, we can achieve for our country.
America will once again stand hand in hand with Israel, and the two shall be as one.
I want the Israeli people to know that the United States stands with Israel.
The dollar will be the strongest it has ever been in history of the United States and will once again be the currency by which all others are judged.
The economy is booming under this president.
We're up 254 points, 21,000 on the Dow.
They will say things about this man, the enemy, but it will not affect him.
Well, he's kind of a comic book figure. I mean, he's a show-off.
He's a sideshow who threatens to swallow the Republican Party.
He was attacked by other people who were running with him. His poll numbers would go up, theirs would go down, even to the point where they got kicked out of the race.
He would not be the commander-in-chief we need to keep our country safe.
Donald, adults learn not to interrupt you.
Yeah.
We are suspending our campaign.
I am suspending my campaign.
This next election will be a clean sweep for the man that I have chosen.
Donald Trump will never be elected president of the United States.
It still looks like Hillary's the next president.
On Election Day 2016, the world witnessed the impossible when in the final hour, the map turned red.
Donald J. Trump is the president of the United States.
Donald Trump is going to be our president.
Well, my crystal ball's been shattered into atoms here because I predicted the exact opposite of what happened.
But the election of 2016 was only the beginning. Mark Taylor, author of the Trump prophecies that foretold Donald Trump's unlikely victory and the stock market reaction that would follow, has something new to say about what is coming next. Something that will change the future of America and the world forever.
There's a bigger picture that the church is not seeing right now.
The Trump prophecies, the astonishing true story of the man who saw tomorrow and what he says is coming next.
Unprecedented spiritual encounters are breaking out all around the world. Prophetic words of foreknowledge, angelic intervention, healing, and miracles point to something big about to sweep the globe. Now, for the first time ever, Skywatch TV is proud to present the Supernatural Awakenings 3 Works Collection. In this incredible, must-have compilation, you'll receive the Trump prophecies. Walk with authors Mark Taylor and Mary Colbert through the astonishing biographical journey of Mark's life as a third-generation firefighter, where a Holy Spirit-guided prophecy in 2011 foretold Donald Trump's unlikely presidential victory. But now, for the first time ever, the world will learn how that incredible win was only part of the electrifying revelation that Mark says will certainly unfold in the months ahead. Now you can be amongst the first to understand what is coming next. Also included in this groundbreaking collection, Angels on Assignment Again. You'll be amazed as best-selling author and prophecy expert Jennifer LeClaire chronicles the presence of modern-day angelic activity, the awe-inspiring and sometimes fearsome encounters these majestic beings create. But why is their presence suddenly increasing around the world? Jennifer LeClaire's expertise will leave you exhilarated and convinced something big is about to unfold. Finally, you'll also receive in this limited time special offer best-selling author Reverend Donna Howell's brand new release, Radicals. This cutting-edge masterpiece examines how James, the half-brother of Jesus, exposed the sins of the church in his day to give life to the liberating power of the gospel. Using that inspired text as a catalyst for truth seekers everywhere, Radicals examines how post-denominational Christians today can also avoid mistakes and become infused now with supernatural power. Get all 3 new releases at the discount price of only $29.95 plus shipping and handling while supplies last. The Supernatural Awakenings 3 Works collection will only be available in this unprecedented offer for a very limited time. So make sure to place your order now at the Skywatch TV store.
Missioning itself. The question is, how do we know it wasn't pushed? Perhaps by another robot? Maybe Jeff, the evil Roomba? Oh, okay. Topic number 4, more. This is 5 in 10 for Tuesday, July 18th on Skywatch TV. I'm Derek Gilbert. Topic number 5 today, robot suicide. The Nightscope K5 robot, security robot, supposed to be patrolling the Georgetown waterfront. That's a ritzy shopping mall in Washington, D.C., along Washington Harbor. Looks sort of like a mutant cross between R2-D2 and a Dalek from Doctor Who. It's designed to rove around, and serious topic, Senate Republicans back to the drawing board. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell calling for a vote to repeal Obamacare altogether with a 2-year delay. He issued a statement saying, regretfully, it's now apparent that the effort to repeal and replace Obamacare will not be successful. Immediately replace it, that is. Monitor for suspicious activity and then notify authorities. It can turn, it can whistle, it can beep. But apparently the stress of protecting a mall in our nation's capital was more than K5 could bear, and yesterday it plunged itself face first into a fountain, thereby decommissioning.